Pine-Richland School District. We heard from Dr. Miller tonight that the district has a lot to be proud of, specifically that the board does a great job at listening to the community's concerns and addressing them accordingly. We also heard from Mr. DiTullio that there is a policy in place that allows parents to submit requests for books in the library to undergo review for potential removal. We also heard that 12 such requests were made in this last week, and that for a policy that has been in place for a decade. So why is it that you see so many unfamiliar faces here? If there is a policy in place to request book removal, why bother addressing the board? I'm sure that hearing the read aloud from the book, All Boys Aren't Blue, was uncomfortable for you. At least I should hope that it was. If you were not extremely uncomfortable, I would be concerned for your mental well-being. You see, when the community learned that the exact content found within these identified books submitted for review, we were absolutely shocked. How could it possibly be that a book of this nature with such explicit pornography is available to our children with absolutely no screening from parents? It is simply not enough to submit these books for review and to not speak out about the objective disgust that has been found in knowing how easily a minor can consume explicit porn at Pine-Richland. So I showed up. I shared these books with my friends, and I told them how easy it was to access the books on our Destiny database, and they were just as shocked. It is so shocking that a policy request for book removal is not enough. I came here to make you aware of how the board's complicity in allowing these books to be accessible to children is actively causing them to stumble. And if you can tell me one good reason why All Boys Aren't Blue should have ever made it on our library database in the first place, I would love to hear it. Mrs. Hillman's question to this end must be answered. If the administration was paying attention to book approvals in the first place, we would never be in this situation. I am here because the PR I grew up in and was proud to graduate from is not the same one that exists today. Quite frankly, I don't recognize it. And in its current state, I would never send my children here. As Mr. Santiago said earlier, you give us no reason to trust you as our board. I'll ask again, how did these books get into the library in the first place? I should be able to trust those individuals deciding what goes into our libraries to not include dirty graphic porn, and that is clearly not the case. If it was the certified professional known as the librarian, I am even more alarmed. No professional should ever allow, support, or defend porn in schools. When I served as a juror in a criminal court earlier this year in the state of Pennsylvania, Allegheny County, I was asked dozens of questions to ensure my impartiality before making a decision on a person's conviction. So why should the same principle not apply to a committee reviewing library books? The librarian should not be involved any more than someone who is actively involved in a crime shouldn't be on a jury. I echo the words of Dr. Miller. Please do not miss this opportunity to respond to the community's concern with action and change. Thank you for beginning on discussions on this issue this evening, and do not continue to allow explicit pornography to be accessed by our children. Thank you.
Thank you.